morning.
Good morning, who?
I'm Julia Okutepa. Good morning, my sweet husband.
All right.
Behind the camera. And good morning to everyone.
All right. So, how does it feel doing this alone today and I'm not standing next to you?
It actually feels lonely. I know he's right behind the camera, but it actually feels lonely.
All right. Now, that means we have to talk about the concept of loneliness in marriage. You know, God said to Adam that it was not good for man to be alone. I'll make for him a helpmeet. So God made the woman. So that means the subject of companionship and the concept of loneliness or being alone in marriage is quite a serious thing. What do you have to say about being alone in marriage?
If God says that it's not good for a man to be alone, I agree with God completely. It's not good. You know, in this context now, you are married, you definitely have a husband. He's not dead, he's very much alive, he sleeps beside you every night. But you know, there's a kind of loneliness that happens in marriage that a lot of us tend to ignore or not, really recognize. The fact that you are sleeping in the same bed, living in the same house, doesn't mean that you cannot be lonely. I remember one of my friends way back then wrote, I think, a poem, "Lonely in the midst of a Christmas crowd." You know, your daily activities can take you away, you know, on a journey, and if you don't intentionally carry your spouse along, what will happen is that you get so busy, and every time your spouse tries to reach out to you, you're distracted, you're wanting them, please just give me some more time. Excuse me, I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. You know, I constantly have to remind my husband that, see, I know you're busy with what we do, relationship and marriage, your work as a lawyer, you know, you always need to use the phone, but sometimes you have to drop that phone and just look me in the eye, you know, and just tell me that you're there, you feel me, and we're together in this. If you don't learn to take your focus off your activity, you see, those activities are genuine, they keep you busy, they are very much legal, and you need to do them actually. But you need to take your time off what you do and look at your spouse and let them know that you really see them. You know, that they are not just shadows that you move around you, but that you really see them and that you want to share your life with them. See, if you're so busy and doing it all alone and not taking time to carry your spouse along, what will happen is that you find out that you go for a long stretch and your spouse doesn't even feel that they are sharing life with you. One of the things that makes me so happy about our marriage is that we actually share our lives together. You know, my husband sometimes says discussing with me is very hard because I tend to perhaps forget a few things he says here and there. But then, you know, he still takes that effort to still tell me, you know, men will say gisting with women is hard because they always require detail, and men are not patient enough to give details. But I tell you, doing some of these things is what helps your spouse know that we are doing this together, we're in this together, we're sharing life together, and I'm not alone. Yeah.
All right. First of all, you started by reporting me, then you ended by commending me. All right. Speaking of which, what do you think are some benefits you can draw from when you are not left alone in marriage? And I love what you started with, talking about emotional involvement and not being left emotionally alone. Detail, you know, you get into conversations and all. What would you draw as benefits of, you know, sharing your life and not getting your partner stranded in loneliness?
This is for the guys. Let me tell you one important thing. You know, it's easy to just take decisions on your own and just inform your wife, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. See, God has embedded in her a lot of wisdom for you. She is your helpmeet. And what does a helper do? You know, you can take example from what the Holy Spirit does to us. The Holy Spirit doesn't just take over your life because you submitted it. No. See, he keeps giving you ideas. He's not the person that actually executes it, but you can see by his help that you are able to do things, give you wisdom and things like that. See, that's practically what your wife does for you. your wife has some wisdom. When you share your life ideas with her, I tell you that as she speaks with you, she rub minds together, you get wisdom, you get suggestions that will help propel you forward. And see, one of the benefits personally I take from sharing life with my husband, let me tell you, this guy just blows up my vision. Every time I just tell him, see baby, I'm having in mind to do this or do that and do this. When I share it with him, see, the way he talks to me, he inspires me, I get strength, I get fresh ideas, and then he sets the ball rolling, and I'm literally set on fire concerning my vision. So I tell you, aside from wisdom, you get inspiration, you get ginger, to pursue your dreams.
Wow. All right, thank you so much for that. We seem to have spoken so much about the loneliness part, where people are actually physically together, but they are not together when it comes to the issue of their purpose or their conversation or their emotion. Now, speaking of, we're dealing with social distancing and physical distancing in the world in which we live now. Do you agree, generally speaking, that spouses should have different rooms or have the capacity to sleep where they want to sleep and all of that kind of stuff? Let's wrap up on that.
I don't think spouses should sleep in different rooms. I think that is wrong. God designed you to be naked, together, and unashamed. See, there's nothing you are hiding. This is your life partner we're talking about. There's nothing you are hiding from the partner by, why are you in the other room alone? Why? I think the question is why? Really? Because God expects us to have that companionship to the fullest. I mean, united to the fullest. That is why God, even, part of why God invented sex. Because if you're having sex with your partner, will you be doing it rooms apart? No, it's together. It's in the same environment. See, the bed can really get cold at night, and you just need your husband beside you to, or your wife beside you to really warm you up, and make it. Why do people hug their pillows at night, Ever wonder why?
I think I'm going to stop it because our children are right in this room where we're shooting. All right. All right. So I'm just going to give you an opportunity to say to your viewers, what should they write in the comments for you if they watch to the end? What is that one or two thing you would want them to comment on just to prove to you that they watch your video to the end? Okay,
let's make this creative. I think we can share ideas on what to do to ensure that our spouses are not lonely. So you can even watch the comments later and take ideas from here. So what are your ideas on how to keep your spouse accompanied and not feeling lonely? So just leave a comment below and let's get creative ideas on how to make our spouse feel really loved and and the life feel really shared. Yeah.
All right, so can you blow me a kiss from there before I cut this video, please?
Love is not just romantic, it is instructive.
Our love is understood by the things we say and do. It is not enough to confess your love. You must stand to prove you do. When you love, you're in a school. You will need to read God's book. You will find the truth that will see you through and will show you what to do. When you say I love you, it must show it